Hidekazu Kobayashi's tofu shop has been in his family for generations. He and his staff have honed the art of making this inexpensive staple food. But like small business owners across the country, he's worried about the impact of a rise in Japan's sales tax from 5 to 8%.
Tofu is something you eat every day. That means you have to pay tax each time. I think it's going to weigh heavily on my customers.
At just 5%, Japan's sales tax has been seen by economists as out of kilter with tackling a national debt that stands at more than twice the size of the economy.
This country has so much debt, and it's something that our generation has to face, and our children and grandchildren.
It can't be helped. It's partly because our government didn't do well up until this point. I hope they don't waste the money.
Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has made economic recovery the priority of his administration through his so-called Abenomics, a mixture of stimulus, deregulation and reform. The government has made a show of persuading big companies to raise salaries and has announced an additional $50 billion stimulus in the hope that any shock to the economy caused by the tax hike will be short-lived.
We should see a negative GDP growth in the April-June quarter this year. Nevertheless, we are believing that the economy should pick up in the July-September quarter.
Much of this is about demography. Japan's starting to confront the rising costs of its aging society. But still, this move is a tentative one. This is very much a first step in putting Japan's financial house in order. A second rise, taking the tax to 10%, is currently slated for October next year. And many economists say it would have to go up to 15, even 20% if it's really going to tackle Japan's public debt. The weeks leading up to the rise have seen an upsurge in spending as consumers rush to beat the deadline day. Now businesses, big and small, are bracing for a downturn and hoping it's brief. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera, Tokyo.